fruits are African. The birds I remember. The fruits I ate. The trees I climbed. They're African. Does anyone have a problem with this? And I don't mean my awful, fake, shrill falsetto.
You gotta have a problem with it.
She's the head ketchup bitch. She can say anything she wants.
Well, that's the other point.
I use her product, and she can be African-American without it. Black people shouldn't even, look, I'm not African. It ain't like black people are the lost children of Africa, man. We don't really care that much about Africa because they don't care about us. So that white lady can have all the problems that come with being African.
I could call myself, I could call myself a Russian, Polish, Austrian American, but I choose to just say Jew. You know what I mean?
It says it all, right?
I don't care what you do.
Yeah. She's no less African than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, well...
But
she's born in Mozambique.
She's really from Africa.
She is. She's from Mozambique.
She's African-American.
I don't know
what's the difference between, she says, if it's not hyphenated, it's okay. If it's hyphenated, then it's not.
Ask him, hyphen guy.
What's a hyphen?
Because it's just some kind of slick way for white. Look, she's gonna probably, she's gonna name one of her barbecue sauce brand. So she's setting it up now so that she can call. Oh, put the ketchup on your beef because it's a setup. She's trying to make herself comfortable. Serious. I didn't do that for the applause.
Yeah.
But
that was a good run. I wouldn't interrupt it. She said this in 1993. The fact that we're talking about this is testimony to the right-wing political propaganda machine. This story comes from Newsmax.
Yeah, but she was about to. She could be first lady.
In 1960, she called herself colored.
Because 1993 was the big French fry.
African-American compassion.
You were so attached to that whole ketchup thing.
Because she's a ketchup. She's the ketchup lady.
That's right, but her previous name was Teresa Heinz Mustard.
Teresa Heinz Hitler.
Yeah, apparently, weren't they mad? Isn't Mozambique mad that she doesn't send some money back their way?
Yes, they are.
But she does. She does send the condiments. You know, there's plenty of ketchup in Mozambique.
That's the only interesting thing about it.
She's a good lady. You know what? Well, a lot of people are sitting back getting screwed by politicians. She married too. She's taking the initiative.
By screwing politicians?
She's doing some politicians.
I think John Kerry get that much game when he pulled the ketchup lady. You gotta vote for a guy that pulls the ketchup lady, and you need to be. Look, the fact that, first of all, that GW is going to steal it all over again. You need to have somebody with that kind of money to try to pay for some kind of something to have a chance to beat George W.
You think he's going to steal it? What, with the vote?
Well, he probably got, first of all, you know they got goddamn Osama bin Laden in a hole somewhere already captured. They just going to pop him out in October. Hey, everybody! And check his mouth for cavities.
If he shows
that's what they gonna do.
If he shows up dead, they better check him for freezer burn. You know,
it's the facts.
It's the facts on MLK Boulevard in every city in the country. It's not the fact to us.
It's the fact that white people stop calling. Don't argue with me.
Most things are. So.
You know he stole it.
They got him already. You guys really think we have that much power?
Can white people please go with the conspiracy theory once
we can't go with it every time.
Patrice, where is he right now? I'm just curious.
He was the same place that, look.
They might have. I think he's dead.
He's in a magical hole somewhere with a briefcase full of money.
There you go.
Just like Saddam was.
There's all these holes now.
You know what? That hole might have looked like a piece of crap in Iraq, but in New York, that hole goes for like $700 a month.
Yeah. I live in a 2-bedroom hole in Astoria.
Now listen to me. First of all, I didn't like. Let me just review the first half of the show.
Is it half over already?
The first quarter. You both said interesting things about how the story stunk. Well, guess what? Shut up for a second, Barry. Let me finish. The bottom line is, whether it was a right wing digging it up, unearthing it, whether it was a boring, stupid story that you don't care about, the bottom line is, don't you think it's bad for the show when I have to sit here having a mild heart attack, knowing the story kind of does stink, and you two calling it out for it stinking?
No, it's not that it stinks.
Why can't you at least be like him?
It's not that the story
At least he made a move, and he's like, he got passionate about goddamn ketchup for a minute.
It's where it came from.
You're trapped. There was no right wing. You're telling me there's a right wing news conspiracy?
You know what Newsmax is?
Boxed news. The rest of it's all
only white people care about white issues anymore.
Like politics?
We don't care. We just get... Exactly!
I know.
That's what I love the black people.
What do we got to do with that?
I love the black people.
Get out of here. We didn't even vote on American Idol. We just pray. We gonna pray somebody. We're praying for somebody. We don't even care.
After spending 8 months in prison for attacking 3 12-year-olds, a homeless man was recently freed The girls admitted they made up the story. So what should happen to these girls?
I know exactly what should happen. I got a punishment that will effectively compensate him for his time in prison and punish the girls. He should be allowed to have sex with all three.
To do what they accused him of.
Right. And that way they get punished, they learn their lesson, he gets rewarded for losing 8 months of his life.
And we all want to go, fellas.
Fellas,
But they're 12.
I'm just saying, she has a vagina. She should have
I
something to
have
say.
2 vaginas. Thank
Really?
you.
So, please.
What do you think about this?
That's cool.
Because, go ahead, what do you think about this?
Well, which? About having sex with a homeless man? So who hasn't had sex with a
Well,
homeless
right,
man?
but-
Why is that a punishment?
I think the other side of this, which I guess we'll take it from here,
Yeah.
is this story coming on because of the Kobe case?
Yeah, look, man. First of all, it's not a color thing. Women, I'm going to say it now.
An innocent young blonde.
Having a
Or black
vagina.
boot.
Oh, he touched me! He touched me!
Look, having a vagina is too much power for a
One
woman.
person. For one person.
It's corruptible. I'm telling you, it corrupts.
He's got a
Look,
point.
When
Listen,
you have
Alex.
something that
The son of a bitch is making
everybody
sense.
wants, it's too much power for some little girl to have that kind of power.
Excuse me, Patrice. My vagina has something to say. Shut the hell up! You don't listen to me.
Oh, now you see, I gotta be a professional and not pretend that I didn't want to do something to it just now. But that's the that is why I'm telling you. That is why we suffer as men, because this is reverse rape. I gotta pretend that she can do that, and it's like hotty hot, but it's not funny. She should not be in control of that kind of power.
We'll be right back into this message.